Welcome to aminacademy.com. In world history, let us talk about prehistory. Now, let us talk about very interesting topics about world history, and that lot of things we'll do in continuous videos. The goal of this chapter, though it is not to trace human evolution from its beginnings, but to set the scene for the beginnings of civilization. Also, it will explore why hominids moved, how they survived, and how they came to develop agriculture. We also hope to lay out why humans in far-flung parts of the world responded similarly to changing conditions around them and hence developed civilization at roughly the same time. What is prehistory in history? Prehistory refers to the period of time before civilization and writing. We don't know a lot about prehistory since pre means before and history is the record of human events. Prehistory refers to the time before human civilization developed and started writing things down. Let us see the chronological order of prehistory. The prehistoric period is the time before the human developed writing system, and it's generally categorized into three archaeological periods, that is the Stone Age, Bronze Age and Iron Age. The timeline of prehistory is as follows. First, Paleolithic period, also known as the Old Stone Age. This period lasted from 500,000 BCE to 10,000 BCE. It was a time of hunter-gatherer societies, human migration, and the development of human culture and intelligence. Next one, Mesolithic period, also known as the Late Stone Age. This period lasted from 10,000 BCE to 6,000 BCE. It was marked by the refinement of hunting bows and flint tools and the use of stone adzes. Neolithic period, also known as the New Stone Age. This period lasted from 6000 BCE to 1000 BCE. It was a time when humans developed settled agriculture, specialized labor, and widespread trade. Chalcolithic period is also known as the Stone Copper Age. This period lasted from 3000 BCE to 500 BCE. Next one, Iron Age. This period lasted from 1500 BCE to 200 BCE. Now, human beginning in Africa. The fossil records in Africa clearly established that a human lineage diverged from African apes sometimes between 8 to 6 million years ago. Beginning as far back as 8 million years ago, various species of hominids, that is ancestor of modern human or Homo sapiens, began to walk upright. This bipedalism would allow these hominids to use their hands to develop, craft, and use tools. Bipedalism would also eventually contribute to a move out of forest into the savanna and turn hominids into big game hunters and gatherers. Human evolved in Africa and much human evolution occurred on the continent. Here some information about human origin in Africa. Modern humans or Homo sapiens evolved in Africa about 300,000 years ago during a time of dramatic climatic change. Early humans fossils from 6 to 2 million years ago have been found exclusively in Africa. Early humans developed behaviors to survive in unstable environments such as hunting and gathering food. Modern humans have larger brains, lighter skeleton, and less developed jaws than earlier humans. How we spread? Early humans migrated out of Africa into Asia between 2 and 1.8 million years ago, and into Europe between 1.5 and 1 million years ago. Modern humans populated other parts of the world much later. Genetic diversity. Indigenous Africans have high level of genetic diversity which has been shaped by demographic events and climatic diet and disease. Climate, hominin in evolution and migration. As far as 30 million years ago, hominids were reacting to change in their environment. Hominins is often used when speaking more specially about modern humans and their more recently extinct ancestors. In climatic changes and human evolution, regarding climatic shift also led to expansion of the niche for Homo species, where Homo erectus and Homo sapiens migrated out of Africa into Europe and adapted to boreal and temperate forests. Homo sapiens migration. Homo sapiens migrated out of Africa in several waves over thousands of years, eventually populating the entire world. This map shows how they spread throughout the world. In Africa, Homo sapiens dispersed within Africa around 300,000 years ago when the species originated. In Asia, between 80,000 and 60,000 years ago, Homo sapiens migrated to Asia. Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and Australia, by 45,000 years ago or possibly earlier, Homo sapiens reached these continents. For Europe, Homo sapiens spread to Europe around 40,000 years ago. North Eurasia. After the last glacial maximum, Homo sapiens migrated to North Eurasia and then to the Americas around 20,000 years ago. Arctic Canada and Greenland. The Paleo-Eskimo expansion reached these areas around 4,000 years ago. Polynesia. The Austronesian expansion populated Polynesia within the past 2000 years. Some factors. What are the factors that may have affected human migration includes climate, population pressures, invention of boats and other technologies, imagination, adaptability, and curiosity. Homo sapiens who migrated encountered earlier human populations or hominids and eventually replaced them. Modern human population also interbreed with earlier local populations. So some contemporary humans have a small percentage of archaic human ancestry. Next one, Homo sapiens migrations. While Homo sapiens were decidedly more advanced than other hominids, when they first moved out of Africa more than 45,000 years ago, they were only equipped with some stone tools for hunting and cutting. Despite those initial limitations, 30,000 years later, Homo sapiens would inhabit almost every environment on Earth and had a presence in every continent except Antarctica. Homo sapiens, in fact, moved further and faster than all other hominids. Next one, hunter-gatherers. What is hunter-gatherers? Hunter-gatherers are people who primarily obtain their food by foraging for wild resources such as plants, shellfish, and small animals, or by hunting. They were the primary way of life for humans until about 12,000 years ago, when the Neolithic revolutions led to the emergence of agricultural and permanent settlement. Today, there are still some hunter gatherer communities in a few parts of the world. Yeah, as food gathering techniques evolved in this Paleolithic foragers, so did their behavior as organized groups. Modern humans become mobile to prevent resources depletion. They controlled population through dispersion in or infanticides, and they began to live and work cooperatively. Modern foragers also began to divide tasks and share food with others, a feature that distinguishes them from other animals like chimpanzees that live in communities but feed individually. So far, we discussed about some important terms and some definitions about sapiens and other human beings. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel. In further videos, we'll discuss about history of humans as well world history. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.